Everyone, Scotty Collier, West Ham Fan TV. Welcome to the big match preview. Today I'm previewing our trip down to St Mary's, 5:30 kick-off on Saturday for a massive 6-pointer against Southampton. Obviously, we need to bounce back after that terrible 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. Was winning at half-time, obviously 1-0. That second half performance was absolutely dire. You know, as I said I think a lot of people said after the game, that was probably the worst Arsenal team we've seen, and they still ended up turning us over 3-1. So that is very, very worrying. Now we only have one win in our last 11 fixtures, and we're dangling just above the drop zone. I think we're 1 point clear. And depending obviously on results, and if we do lose to Southampton, we will find ourselves in that bottom three for Christmas. And that's not a place where we want to be. You know, we need to pick up points. I know there's going to be people wanting us, not so much wanting us to lose, but sort of in the back of the mind thinking, if we lose this one, Pellegrini's going to go. For me personally, we can't afford to lose this game. As I said, it's a massive 6-pointer. If we lose this one, I can't see where the points are going to come over Christmas, if I'm honest. Palace in form, Leicester in form, Bournemouth, always a tricky side, got a decent record against us. So for me, this is a must-win game. You know, whether we decide to keep Pellegrini or not after it, we need the 3 points, and you know, we need a decent performance. Southampton hit a bit of form of late, 2 wins in our last 6. I think they've got about 2 wins and a draw. They did lose last time out to an in-form Newcastle, who probably started a decent run of form when they turned us over. So, got to be careful. Games in the season can change team seasons, you know, for the better or for the worse. We're on a terrible one, and that's why I think we just need to pick up the points as best we can. As I said, our record at Southampton isn't too bad. We've only lost 2 of our last 6 games against them. Obviously, last time we visited St Mary's, it was a 2-1 win. Anderson scoring the 2. We need him. We need him to step up to the plate. We need a performance like that, what we got last season at Southampton. You know, we need something. We just need something to spark us into life and start climbing that table, because as I said, we don't want to be there come Christmas. Interesting stats on this one. We have won more Premier League games against Southampton than any other team in the Premier League. We haven't scored first in our last 15 matches against them, which I find also quite an interesting fact. Injury-wise, Southampton will only be without Stuart Armstrong. We have doubts over Creswell, who obviously went off against Arsenal after he tried to take Pepe out and sort of injured himself. Antonio, I think he played a bit too much football. Apparently, I didn't see it myself, but he was having a disagreement with Pellegrini on the sideline. I'm guessing over the amount of time that he was on the pitch for. I'm presuming there was a plan to take him off, and obviously things the way they went, with Creswell going off injured. Maybe that didn't work out as was planned. The substitution of Anderson, I really don't understand, especially when you're chasing a game. And if Antonio was planned to come off, he didn't look at his sharpest against Arsenal, so maybe it would have been better to take him off and then keep Anderson on. But, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Fingers crossed Antonio is fit and available. Whether he can play 2 games in a short space of time, coming back from the injury he's had, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Hilaire is waiting in the wings to try and regain his place. Again, his performance against Arsenal wasn't the greatest, but I'm sort of defending him a bit, because I feel we're not playing to his best of his ability, if you know what I mean. You know, we're not playing to his strengths. We're going out wide. We're not putting the ball into the box quickly. He likes to link up the play as well, and we're not doing that. You know, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think on that one. Other injuries, obviously, Wilshere and Reed are still out. Lanzini and Fabianski also missing. So I said the only real one we're looking at is Creswell and Antonio, but hopefully they can both be fit for this. Players to watch out for Southampton, Danny Ings. He's probably the one to watch at the moment. Decent form, 5 goals in his last 5 games. You know, 5 games on spin, so he's going to be well up for this one. You know, another player that we were strongly linked with in the past. Probably a player that we could have done with, let's be honest, even now. You know, he's a decent striker. And a sort of player that would probably suit the way we're playing at the moment. But yeah, so, you know, he's one to watch out for. But as I said, I'm just hoping. It's very, very disheartening at the moment over there at West Ham. You know, I think a lot of us are down in the dumps the way the team's performing, and we need something to change. We need a spark. Fingers crossed this is it. You know, one thing left to say, come on you Irons.